Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith. Another Saturday session of Expression Sessions, Daily Dose, positive posts, weekend posts, expression sessions. Just getting a little caught up after the holiday, before the new year. Sitting here with the lovely and beautiful co-host of mine, my lovely wife, Kiki. Hey, Kiki.
Hey.
She like, I don't got to get my own intro. I don't ever have nothing to say like that, so I'll figure it out later. But Kiki says, hey, how's everybody doing? Hopefully y'all had a blessed and wonderful Christmas. Happy holiday season so far. I don't know what the weather was like for you, but out here in Texas on Christmas Day, it was probably 55, 60 degrees. It was comfortable. We didn't do much.
Nice.
For Christmas. Did you enjoy Christmas, love? How was Christmas for you?
I did. It was nice. It was peaceful. The kids seemed to get everything they asked for. So
all the time. All the time.
Well, I'd say it was a big success.
Yeah, I think it was a successful. Well, I got everything that I asked for. Some things that helped me out physically. A pull-up bar to get my workout on. Old Sarge still like to get after it. Dash cam for my vehicle, to take expression sessions to a whole nother level. So Christmas is well for me too. I'm not one of those people that get all wrapped up in the holidays. I ain't trying to put up no lights. I ain't trying to sing no Christmas carols. None of that. I'm not Scrooge like I used to be. But I don't get so wrapped up into the Christmas holiday and the Christmas holiday tradition. Like when I got up on Christmas Day and I decided to go for a walk, I was just talking to God one-on-one, kind of just looking around and saying, what are we doing this all for? What is this all for? So today, that's just what we want to talk to you about, touch bases about what your Christmas holiday was like. Did you enjoy it? I know sometimes in some families, Christmas is not a happy thing. It's not a good time. Last week, I talked about how we lost three of our soldiers plus one of our interpreters, so 4 of our buddies. I talked about that last week, how we lost those guys right before Christmas. So sometimes Christmas could be a touchy subject for people, just the holidays period. But how was your holiday? Did you enjoy your holiday? And then moving forward, what are your plans going into New Year's? Do you have any plans for New Year's? Do you have plans for New Year's night? Are you getting ready for the turn up? Get twisted, turn up, right? Are you getting ready for the turn up? You getting ready to go into spiritual warfare? You going to church, watch night service? Are you going camping? Are you going to sleep? Because I've done that too. I've slept my way into the new year too. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I've done a number of things to bring in the new year, celebrate the new year, from getting drunk and high to partying to hanging out to sexing to sleeping to watching TV. I've done a number of things going into the new year, but what I haven't ever really done was playing with my wife, playing with my better half about where we want to go in the new year. And that's what we've been focusing on these last 2 weeks of December, where we want to go in the new year. So that's what we want to talk about today. And what does that look like? So what does that look like for you? I mean, if you want to kind of recap your Christmas, what you talked about, and what it looks like going into your new year. And not just, we don't have to stick with the New Year Christmas theme, but not just going into a new year, but going into a new you daily, a new mindset, kind of things that we touched on before. What's going on, Wenzel? What's going on, Victorino? Happy holidays. Thanks for y'all tuning in. Those are kind of things we touched on before, not just waiting for a new year to become a new you, not just looking forward to a new year to change your mindset and turn it around, not just looking forward to Christmas to celebrate your loved ones and give gifts. So how was your Christmas? How are you planning for your new year? And then we're going to talk about some plans and resolutions that people set, and most people mainly fail based on what I've seen on Google in my research.
All right.
Anyhow, what you think about that? What did you think about that?
I really don't have much to add. Like I said before, our Christmas was great. I focused a lot during Christmas on, making the holidays great for the family, for the kids. And so that was a success. So I feel like I had a successful Christmas. It was peaceful. All of my babies were here, all the way up from my 22 to my 10-year-old. So that made my heart happy. And the food was great. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but Mr. P.I.E.N is great in the kitchen. It is Saturday and we have no leftovers. Wah, wah, wah.
No.
So
well, we do got some macaroni and cheese left. The second pot.
The second round. Yes.
I'll be right back.
So we had a very successful Christmas.
I'm cooking right now.
So things were great. And going into the new year, I haven't done a New Year's resolution in a long time. I'm so focused now at this stage in my life on becoming a better me daily that I don't really get into the New Year's resolutions. And I, like Ethan was saying, a lot of times people don't stick to their New Year's resolutions. It's great for the first 30 days, but come February 1st or, mid-February, we kind of fall off. So I don't really focus anymore on creating these New Year resolutions. I'm always looking to be better every day, every month, every week. Whenever I feel like I need to make a shift, I do. I don't wait to the new year to set new goals. I'm always reassessing myself.
Since you don't normally plan or set New Year's resolutions for the new year and you're rolling into the next year, what does that look like for you?
Hey, Sutton.
So what does that look like for you rolling into the new year? When you wake up January 1st, 2020, would that be a new day as a new year, new beginnings, or is a new day as an all right, brand new day? I get a fresh new start on this day. So what does that look like for you when you're not planning for the New Year's resolutions, to lose weight, to save money, to be more educated? Because that's some of the top 10 things that people plan for and set resolutions for. So what does that look like for you, being a person who doesn't set those things?
I just, I don't know. It looks like another day, a brand new day to go forward and whatever I have set. Currently, we're building a brand. So that looks like new material, new content rolling out. It looks like putting the finalization on things that we're working on, like t-shirt designs and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily, okay, it's January 1st. I have these 10 things that I resolved to do this year. It's just a continuation of, now I have a fresh new day to go forward with some things I've already been working on. So it doesn't look like, okay, yes, it's January 1st and I have these 10 resolutions and I'm out the gate running. No, it looks like this is January 1st and I'm continuing with being a new me every day. I'm continuing with.
I want to stop right there. Did y'all hear that? This is January the 1st, but I'm continuing to be a new me every day. Don't just wait for 2020. Don't just wait for the clock to strike 12 every new year to start to plan to be a new you. What you should be doing probably in your New Year's resolution is continuing to build up on the foundation, continuing to build up on the momentum, continuing to build up on the success that you already have. Like, Christmas is over. A lot of y'all spent more money than you had. A lot of y'all bought gifts that your kids not playing with anymore. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all bought gifts that's broken. Some of y'all bought gifts where the kid never played with it because they played with the box. Some of y'all is frustrated about that. Some of y'all is irritated. Some of y'all had to go stand in line like I did yesterday at Walmart to exchange something. I wasn't tripping though. I was prepared for it. So I was good. I went there, I relaxed, I was fine. Anyhow, but some of y'all are just getting over Christmas, having no idea how to plan for the new year, or have you built anything going into the new year? And what are your plans look like? What are you going to plan? As people have installed themselves that they have to wait until 2020, instilled in themselves. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. People think they have to wait till they're 21. I ain't saying you should be drinking before you 21. This is brought to you by Mr. P.I.E.N. and Mr. P LLC. do not drink before you 21. Anyhow, I'm not saying that you have to wait until you 21, but you should wait until you 21 because that's what they say. But in this case in life, if you over 21, if you 18, if you 16 and you making decisions for your life, if you 36, if you 46, if you making decisions for your life, do not wait until the new year to start to plan to be a new you. Because most of us has probably been setting plans every New Year's since we was told to set a New Year resolution. And most of us probably haven't obtained those resolutions as well. Set yourself short goals and
yes, and long term.
Yes. Absolutely.
Set long term and short term goals.
it's almost, how do I want to put it? Without goals or any plans, then we don't plan to go anywhere. Say, for example, you don't set plans for the new year, and that's fine if you don't set plans for the new year. But whatever you've been working on this year, you will continue to work on next year. Whatever you've been working on this year, you'll continue to work on next year.
Right.
To me, that makes, if you don't plan to go anywhere else in life, if you don't plan to move further in life, if you don't plan to have a better relationship with your significant other in life, it doesn't matter if it's a new year or a new day, you will have the same results. Or as TD Jake said, we're not, how did he put this? Like, we're not tracked by the time. What time is, like we said, they say time heals all wounds, and that's not necessarily true. Time and application of medicine, time and application of bandages, time and application of thorough cleaning, time with heals all wounds. And like TD Jakes was saying, it's not the movement in a clock that produces a new man or a new woman. It's not the movement in the clock from 11:59 to midnight to say 2019 to 2020. It's not the movement in a clock that shifts your life. It's the movement in your mind that shifts your lifestyle.
Yes.
And if you plan in the new year to go out, get drunk, you plan in the new year to have sex with your girl, you plan in the new year to go to church, you plan in the new year to get high, you plan in the new year to do some of the same things that you've always done, you'll have the same results in life that you've always had.
Right.
If you don't believe me, look back at your Christmas and look at the years past and how your children have opened up gifts, how they've displayed their care for gifts, how they displayed their care for other people touching their gifts. It's a pattern. It happens over and over again. And if we don't show them anything different, if we don't plan for anything different, we have the same results in our life. 2020 is a big year for us. And I don't know what the church saying is. I think it's like everything is go this year. You hear different things from different churches. It's a prosperity season. It's a war and fasting season. Like, you hear all type of things what's going on for the new year, okay? What's going on for you? What are you planning for you? I told my wife, and it probably bothered her, babe, I think we need to ruck into the new year. I think at midnight we need, you don't have to ruck, but we need to walk into the new year. And she like, well, I spend my time with TD Jakes. I'm like, I get that. He gonna be recorded. We can come back and watch him. I've done a lot of things going into the new year, but I've never planned to build with my significant other. I've never planned to walk in quiet and silence with God and build and see where he wants to take me for the new year. He's already blessed us with a speaking engagement on the second day of the new year, January 2nd.
Yes.
Big, huge shout out to Diva Networking Divas for a speaking engagement I have January 2nd. This is brought to you by Mr. P.I.E.N and the people of Mr. P LLC Productions. Anyhow, thank you for the invitation, but I planned for that last year that I wanted to speak more this year.
Yes.
And God has taken me up on that challenge and gave us a speaking right at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And now if you don't plan anything else, if you don't give him anything to work with, you don't go anywhere. You can look back at how your Christmas was, and some people are probably still celebrating Christmas. Some people are probably still upset about Christmas. Some people are probably still saddened by Christmas. But most people probably haven't planned what they're going to do tomorrow, but they plan for the turn up in the new year. My question to you is, how was your Christmas? I hope you had a great time. But what are you planning for in the new year? Please share this video with somebody, because this is not just the new year 2020. I don't know, millennium change, decade change. This is a new mindset. This is a life shift. We're not talking about diets and trends and fads. We're talking about life transformation. And in order to transform your life, you must transform your mind. It is not the clicking of the time that changes the man or the woman. It's the mindset and what you process. New year, new beginnings, new you.
I was thinking about when you said diets. Sometimes the word diet just seems so restrictive. But if you make a lifestyle change in what you eat and kind of tweak it a little bit, then maybe it'll last longer. Like you'll stick with it a little more. For us, we don't do the diet thing, and we don't really like labels. but we have made some shifts in our eating habits. We don't purchase a lot of red meat. We have it maybe, every 2 to 3 months or so, maybe even longer. But it seems like when you put a label on, oh, I'm just going to go on this diet, it sounds so restrictive and it sounds so unfun. Especially if you're a foodie like me. The last thing I want to hear is a diet and what I can't have, because I like to explore and have new foods. But I'm learning that there is moderation. If I have the things that I enjoy in moderation, then I don't have to give up the things that I like. And if I make those small changes in what we eat and what we purchase to eat, then it makes it a lasting change. I like the way I feel because of the changes we've made. I'm not as tired and lethargic. So
lifestyle change. Go ahead, baby.
I believe that the New Year's resolutions that we make could be tweaked a little bit if we just take the time to really think about what it is we want and just put a plan in action. So you don't have to say I'm going on a diet and I'm just going to get rid of everything I love and I'm just going to eat. Tania? I'm just going to eat salads and, all this. If salads is not your thing, and it's only so much creativity you can do with a salad, y'all. So, like I said, I'm a foodie, so I know. And I just, like I said, we make a lifestyle change and we've stuck with it. It's been a lasting change. So sometimes you can take those things that you desire, because we all want to be healthier and we want to eat the right things, and just make a lifestyle change. Don't put the whole diet thing on it and then now you're like, oh, I don't want a salad, I want some substance. So,
and you got to stop following diet trends and patterns for everybody else. Salads are good with a shit.
So you haven't salad with your dressing.
Yeah, I used to do that too. I used to do that with
and
the
then
ranch.
They say that certain salad dressings aren't good for you. So you're like, man, really?
Yeah, something also says lifestyle change is stop trying to take in too much at the same time and portion control.
Yes.
That's absolutely right. Like
yes, eat smaller meals more frequently.
That's why I think people go wrong with when you talk about diets. And when we talk about, people don't ever plan for a diet. Most people don't plan for a diet. And that's what we're talking about today. What have you planned for your new year, your new day, your new life, your new beginning, however you want to look at it? Most people not going to admit to it, but they got some New Year's resolutions set out there. I don't have no resolutions, but I have some things that I'm putting in place to change my lifestyle January 1. But anyhow, what are your plans? What are your resolutions? How was your Christmas? Look back at your Christmas of this year and look at your Christmas past and ask yourself, did you plan anything different? And I was saying, earlier, because we plan for Christmas more than we plan for our life. We plan for Christmas more than we plan for our life. If you're resourceful and you're not cheap but frugal and you smart shopping with your money, you asking your kids months early what they want for Christmas. If you like my wife, you getting that list and you planning out what stores to go to, what stores to hit, who's gonna have the sale, what's gonna be the better deal. You plan to go out on Black Friday to stand in line to get a certain TV or phone or whatever it is they go get in line for now. We plan for those things to celebrate one day. It's the birth of Jesus Christ. Not really, but to celebrate on his day, on his birthday. We plan to give our kids an awesome Christmas. We plan to go out on Black Friday and get an awesome deal, but then we don't plan what we're going to do the next day in our life. But we plan to change our life January 1st, 2019, 2020, 2018, 2017. You've been making that plan for 3, 4, 5 years, but you've never stuck to it. Here's my thing I would say to you when you're looking to plan, when you're looking to transition. As Sutton said, set the plan, but don't take in too much. Don't do like a diet. We jump on diet trends and diet fads. Why? Because people are talking about Atkins diet. People are talking about the keto diet. People are talking about the low carb diet, high protein diet. People talk about these things, but people that change their life, people like David Goggins, who lost 106 pounds in 90 days, people, you even get on My Biggest Loser, you know what I'm saying? They might not keep it off, but why do they do it? They have a plan, they have a target, they have goals, they have sets in place to transform their life for a lifetime, not just for the moment.
Yes.
And if we don't set any plans that would change our life for the lifetime, if we don't portion control our goals and the things we do,
I'm on the seafood diet.
I hear you eating everything you see. What's going on, Tay? What's up, though? Seafood. I get you something. I've been on
seafood and I eat it. Yes.
Yeah. See, you be hanging with my wife.
Hey.
You be hanging with my wife. Not me. I'm still talking about being healthy and doing sit-ups and everything.
Well, we portion control.
I do.
I have a variety.
Control. With my hands. I have a
variety. Make sure I'm eating it in moderation.
And seriously, you know what? Even with your diet, what you eat, and you have to eat to your level. You know, even on a seafood diet, when we was on the cruise 90 days ago, 120 days ago, we ate everything we seen. Pizza was right down the hall from my room. I ate pizza all the time. I ate pizza all the time. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I got up, I went and got pizza. But you have to do what works for you. As I stated last week, if you feel it's not working for you, if you feel as if you need to plan better, if you feel as if you need to plan more, then you have to change it. You have to make a new plan.
Right.
You have to adjust fire. You have to reassess the situation and make a new decision. Like, what plans do you have in life? People talk about being successful, but we don't know how to plan to become successful.
You have to give yourself new knowledge if you don't know how. There are books, there are people you can follow on social media. Like, you have to give yourself.
Ethan J. Smith at Facebook, Mr. P.I.E.N 77 on YouTube, Mr. P.I.E.N on Instagram. This is brought to you by Ethan Smith and the good people of Mr. P.I.E.N LLC. Please follow me, like, share, subscribe to this video channel. If you don't like it, subscribe anyway, and tell me why you don't like it so we can talk about it. Continue.
Just did a commercial, but you have to give yourself new knowledge. So we want to make and set goals that we can continue with, not just for the first 30 days of January of 2020, but a lifestyle change. And so diets is a big one. Another one is exercise. Like, everybody don't like going to the gym. I'm not really a gym person, but I'll walk till the cows come home. And I like to dance. So if I have a dance class, then I'm more likely to stick with it. So you have to know what works for you so that you can exercise on your level. Everybody is not committed to going to the gym, lifting weights and looking at walls and people.
There's mirrors in there. What you talking about?
You know what?
Looking at walls. You look at the mirror. You look at yourself.
That don't work for me. I go with him every so often, but that don't work for me.
So you going in there to look at me?
Well, I don't like looking at you.
Yeah.
Okay. I like looking at you, but that don't help me get my weight. That don't help me get my exercise in. Looking at you.
With the do-rag.
And she.
Yeah, this is how we get down. We didn't plan for that though. We didn't plan for that, but what I did plan for was to just JBY, just to be myself. Let my family be out. Let my wife be out. Just be yourself, man. If you plan for that part of your life, if you plan to keep digging internally within you, if you plan to keep discovering who God, Buddha, Allah, the universe is calling you to be, then you won't be afraid to let yourself out. As Sutton said, you have to be dedicated. You have to be committed to anything that you want to succeed in life, even if you don't plan for it. Even if you don't plan for it in the beginning and it starts to take flight, it starts to take off, it starts to be productive in your life, then you need to set a plan right then and there. You need to set a plan right then and there. Don't wait for 2020 to begin having a new life. When you wake up in the morning, you have an opportunity to become a new you.
Yes.
Every second of the day, you have an opportunity to change your mind. Christmas is done and over with. Most of us had a good Christmas. Some of us didn't have a good Christmas. Some of us had a sad Christmas. But now that New Year's is coming, now that the morning is coming, if you blessed to wake up and see it again, man, plan for where you want your life to be. Plan for where you want to go. And you heard me talk about this. I plan to be here. But what I haven't given God, now that he's blessed me to be back here, is a new plan for our focus, for our mission. I take that back. I have given God a plan, but sometimes my plan ain't manifesting fast enough, so I'm giving God a new plan. Plan to have some patience. What's going on, T. Brazier? You remember Taurus? Of course you probably remember Taurus from Murray, right? You know, they like, okay, I just put you on the spot. Anyhow, what's going on, Brazier? Yeah, all right. Hey, what's going on, Sweetie Mora? I don't remember her real name. She is in my English class. But anyhow, we talking plans for the new year. I mean, we'll talk about a few of our plans. For example, Eric Bussy. What's going on, sir, and Bussy? Plans for us for the new year, about taking a brand in a whole new direction, just taking our lifestyle in a whole different direction. And how are we doing that? Instead of just going on date nights where we hanging out and watching movies and eating good food and partying and having a good time, we set a new plan in place to work on date nights. You know, where do we want to take the business? How far do we want to go in the business? Where's the man above? Where's God taking us? You know, sit down and do things together in 2020. We're starting that now. Supposed to start a new Ruck Day cycle January 1. I'm already 2 or 3 days in. Start it now. Start right where you at. Don't worry about where you were yesterday. Don't worry about what happened to you 15, 20 years ago. Stop carrying that stinking thinking as I used to carry with me. Plan something new for your life. Plan to go in a different direction, man. I know people who dropped out of high school, who went back to school and got a diploma, a GED, and went to college. Why? Because they made plans. They stopped having fear of what they couldn't have, and they start going after it. That's exactly right, Sutton. Why wait? Why wait? Tomorrow's not promised to you. The next 30 minutes is not promised to you. And trust me, man, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me too. I'm guilty of it. It's things that I want to say on this camera. It's things that I sometimes want to show. And it's not to belittle or disrespect anybody. It's showing a stage in the growth in my life that some people might not be able to handle. And then I don't know how I'm going to handle it if they disappointed by it. Why? Because I didn't execute that plan properly, maybe to be free within myself sometimes. Not that I'm at this stage. 2020 begins now. You're right. You have to execute your plan step by step by step by step, and you have to continue with your plan even when it doesn't look pretty. Once it's a thought, it's time to start. Absolutely. Dreams, visions, thoughts are realities. That's the, as I like to say, it's easy to make the decision to change your life. That part is easy. I'm gonna change my life tomorrow, babe. Okay. I mean, tomorrow. All right. I'm gonna change my life. Now tomorrow morning, though, when the alarm go off and it's time to wake up and begin the process of changing your life, that's when the process is difficult. That's when the process is hard. That's when having a plan to fall back on, something to look at, as I was reading affirmations and I was reading goals and I was reading inspiration cards in my wallet and I was reading books and I was writing down on note cards, planning to be back here, planning to start shooting these videos. As I was planning those things begin to come to fruition. If you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail. That's biblical. Man plans his steps, a man plans his way, but God orders his steps. Talk to the people. I'm trying to save them. I'm trying to save them. That's all I'm saying to you. Please share this video, man. Again, I hope you had a happy holiday. You enjoyed yourself on this Christmas season. Hopefully you got to spend time with family, with loved ones, and hopefully you're sitting down, not just by yourself, especially men. Men of the family, sit down with your wife, sit down with your children. Let them know what your vision is. Let them know what your plan is. Let them know what direction the family is going. And then that way, everyone's on the same sheet of music. And when you hit some rough times, it won't feel like you breaking down with nobody to talk to, because my wife and my children, they know the plan. You only as strong as your weakest link, and nobody can do it on their own. We need a team of individuals to collectively make our plan come to fruition. Which you got something? I'm just taking over your time. No, you're doing good. What's going on, Baron, man? Please share this video, man. Interact with the people, connect with us, man. We really appreciate everybody tuning in, sharing this video. Hopefully you're looking forward to the blessed new year that's upcoming, the blessed tomorrow that's upcoming. New you, new mindset, man. PSP. Promote yourself, sell yourself, push yourself. Don't wait till 2020. Start right now. I know some of y'all getting y'all best outfits together. Some of y'all getting y'all hair done. Look, I got a haircut. I don't know if you could tell, probably looked the same last week, but I got a haircut because I'm doing a speaking engagement. Like, I planned for that. I knew the speaking engagement come get a haircut this day. Like, some of y'all cleaning y'all car. You got your best shoes. Like, you know what club you going to. You got your money set aside to buy your bottles, to buy your zone, your whatever you smoking, whatever you drinking. You got that all planned out. The outfit, you from Detroit like I am, the outfit was laid out 3 months ago, probably. Okay? Unless you a last minute guy, but you going to really pull it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, your hair is always on. Thank you very much, son. Thank you very much. This hair is brought to you by Mr. P.I.E.N. But you got that all planned out. You know what the new year is about to look like. Who you gonna be with, who you hanging with, but you don't have planned what's gonna be the next step in your life. If you don't begin to plan what's next in your life, life will hand you the life that you don't want. Look the same for last night. Well, thank you very much. Son. I do what I can. My kids always talking about me. Trying to tell me let it go. It's still something there. It's back there in the garage, but it's there. It's there. I plan on keeping it till it's all the way bald, like right up here. Then I'm gonna let it go. But anyhow, anyway, getting back on subject, man. Did you say Mr. Clean? AKA Mr. Clean, right? I didn't plan for this. I did not plan for this. Anyhow, man, so we got some things that we're looking to do in 2020. I was about to say 1999.
You went all the way
2020,
back.
man. Please make sure you go to the website. Follow us on YouTube at Facebook, Ethan J. Smith, YouTube at YouTube, Mr. P.I.E.N 77, Instagram at Mr. P.I.E.N. Go to the website at www.mrpien.com. 2020, be on the lookout for new t-shirts and apparel coming out. We really just thank you for keeping up with us, man, following us on this path as we grow and as we journey, you know. I get uncomfortable sometimes always putting videos out here because I want to make sure I stay on track. I do it the way people say you should do it. You got to post so much, post so often. Man, I ain't thinking about all that. I'm going to set the plan that God has for my life, and I'm going to drive in the way that he tells me to go, and I'm going to get exactly where he want to be. I want the shirt. Okay, cool. We got you. You want the shirt? We got a shirt going once and you need a shirt going twice.
Silliness.
Anyhow, man, what I plan, and I don't always have it all planned out, but I plan to keep doing something. I plan to speak at least 12 times this year, and that's a low number. And I know I'm going to go readjust that number. That's once a month. That's more than I did last year. But you have to put something out there for yourself. You have to believe something is capable for you to do it if you just plan for it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's going to be easy. It's not. It's probably going to be one of the hardest things you feel like you've done in your life. But if you continue to plan for it, if you continue to show up, if you just keep showing up, and if you keep working hard, if you keep putting in long hours, going through the crying, going through the scraping up the knees, going through the people saying you're not going to make it, if you keep executing your plan, you're going to blow up. You're going to blow up. Trust me, 2 years ago, I wasn't sitting here. I executed this plan. Thank you very much, Sutton. I'm ordering some more. I rock them every day, too, because you got to promote yourself. Promote yourself, sell yourself, push yourself. Plan on being the best version of you, because only you can stop you from being who you say you want to be. That's what's so crazy. I say I want to be one of the number one motivational speakers in the world, but sometimes I don't believe it because I ain't started to plan for it. I haven't given God anything to work with. I believe he could get me here, but do I believe he could take me there? What do you believe? Because see, most of us only plan for what we believe we can have. You're going to show up and showing up and blowing. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to keep on showing up. But I'm going to say that again. Most of us only plan for what we believe we can have. If I didn't believe that I could be sitting here with you again as my wife, I would have never planned for it. If I didn't believe I could actually obtain my associate's degree after dropping out of high school, I would have never planned for it. If we didn't believe we can do this podcast that I talked about for months and just seeing people doing what we're doing, sitting in some chairs with a microphone, if we didn't believe, we would have never planned for it. You plan for what you believe you can have. And if you're not planning to have anything greater than what you have right now, and it's a disappointment to you, check your belief system. Check your belief system. See, you believe that every year on Christmas, most of us believe that every year on Christmas, we may have to flood the Christmas tree with gifts for our children. We may have to flood the Christmas tree with gifts for our significant other. We may have to flood the Christmas tree for friends and family members and co-workers. We may believe that because that's what we was taught, but most of us never plan to flood the Christmas trees in those areas, and then we falling back in life financially. We falling back in life emotionally. We falling back in life spiritually. Just a mic, I don't know. We falling back in life.
You need to plan on having the hairstyle like the mic.
Like the mic.
The microphone.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Absolutely.
Just
the
like
mic.
you plan to have the microphone, the plan for your hairstyle.
Oh, man, my hairstyle laid right now, man. That thing right there. As Eric Randall would say, taper Thursdays, but this is a soulful Saturday expression sessions. What they call this back in the day, they call this a covadis, an even all the way around. Covadis, yeah. I planned for this. Anyhow.
Oh, wow.
Anyhow, I grew out of my bald fade. That it gave me a different look. I was at a different place in my life. And as you continue to grow in life, you continue to do different things. So I plan to do something different in life. Again, man, please share this video, because what you plan to have in life is what you'll get. That's what you get. That's what you get. I was looking for something.
Oh, what was you looking for?
I was thinking about New Year's resolutions and people planning, and they say that plans are New Year's resolutions. What are your plans? And and here's a good question for you: are any plans that you set for this New Year's resolutions the same as last year? And if it is, why did you not obtain that resolution last year? Did you not plan for it enough? Did you not follow the plan that you set in place? But they say the top 10 New Year's resolutions or plans that fail is people plan to quit smoking. They plan to learn something new. They plan to get out of debt, eat healthier in a different diet, spend more time with family, travel to new places, be less stressed, volunteer, and drink less. I ain't making this up. This is what Google said is the most common thing that people plan to do for their New Year's resolutions, but most commonly fail. Why? Because the plan hasn't changed.
Right.
The thought process is the same. How do you get somewhere when you plan? I plan to read more. I plan to study more. I surround myself with different people. I take ownership and accountability for what I'm doing in my life. I plan for my life. If my life sucks, if your life sucks, check your plans. If your plans suck, check your belief system. If your belief system suck, pray. Okay? Pray. Spend some time by yourself. Really, spend some time by yourself. Spend some time watching these videos. Spend some time promoting yourself. Spend some time selling yourself. Spend some time pushing yourself to be the best version of you. You got to know that your belief system sets the plans that change your life. We only plan for what we believe we can have.
All right.
Seriously, we only plan for what we believe we can have. When you go buy a car, you believe you can spend $20,000, $30,000 for a car, so you go get that nice used car. Somebody else believe they can have a Bentley. They plan to go get a Bentley, they go get a Bentley. Somebody believe they can have a happy marriage. How do they have a happy marriage? They may go to therapy. They may go to counseling. They may have a date night every Friday, every Saturday. They sit down and they talk to their significant other about any and everything that's bothering them. They have no secrets. marriages. They plan on being an open book. You have a successful marriage by putting a plan in place. Like some people told us, no matter what happens, divorce is not an option. That was the plan. Divorce was off the table. Excuse me, for some people. And when you take it off the table and that's part of your plan, then you know, okay, nothing else in this marriage, we gonna make it to success eventually. Because divorce is off the table. So
then you have to grow as a person. You have to learn how to communicate. You have to do the date nights, and you have to do those things that make you a better person, so that the longevity of the relationship works.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I come to the relationship a better version of me, I have a better chance of doing my part.
It's sort of like when you want to win, you make different plans. Case in point, it's NBA season. Everybody talking about LeBron James and Anthony Davis and on the Lakers, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on the Clippers. And I think back to when LeBron left Cleveland for the first time. And I don't know why he left. I heard there was some personal things and all these other ideas. But what LeBron did had never been done before. Like he made his announcement, the decision or whatever, I think it was called, on national TV, maybe social media. I don't even know if it was big then. It was like on ESPN, but it was like the first time that someone had done this. But he planned to go to Miami to be with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. He went to go get with other all-stars so they could make a plan to win the championship. And they talked about that in their first year. Not one, not two, not three, or something like he said, that was their plan. The end game was championship. We're getting together to get a championship. We are getting together. God has brought us together because there's some type of championship we are supposed to extract from one another. You know what I'm saying? When you plan to be successful in life, when you make different plans to go further in life, then God starts to align you with people who also make plans, who are looking to go somewhere in life, who's looking to do something different. Who's looking to do something different in life when you make a plan. So by LeBron James planning to go to Miami and work with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, they wind up winning multiple championships. But if he would have never planned to go anywhere else, if he would have never sat down and planned and looked at all his options and his choices, he could have stayed in Cleveland and been in some losing years. Why am I telling you that? LeBron James, the great LeBron James, had the plan. Michael Jordan, he talked about how he went back into the gym after getting beat up by the Pistons. He had the plan to get bigger, stronger, faster in order to make it through the next round of the playoffs. In school, your brain has to get bigger, stronger, faster. You have to process math faster. You have to process English faster. When you're in your class for web page design, you had to process codes and things faster. You had to plan out, when am I going to study? When am I going to spend time with the kids? Like, in order to move further in life, you have to start setting a plan in your life, or you're not going anywhere. You're just in circles. Your life never sucks. You just get to sell yourself. Your life never sucks. Absolutely. You sell to yourself what it is. If your life suck, that's what you're selling to yourself, that your life suck. If your life is great, then your life is great. Beauty is definitely in the eye of the beholder. I completely agree with that. Your life never sucks unless you tell yourself it sucks. But what you got? You got something? I just went on a rant again. And you just like,
No, it was okay.
It was okay. Thank you. Please share this video. Tell me if it wasn't okay, because my wife is like, no, it's okay. He did great. Next question.
Oh, Sutton say he's not in Houston anymore. He's almost in Louisiana.
Oh, man, when did you move? Sutton?
Was that a goal? Was it for family? Is it for business? Is it?
Man, you probably like what's the name? You the district manager of your job now? I almost said it on the camera, but you the district manager of your job now? Because I seen you moving up. You planned on going further and faster in life, huh? You're absolutely right. Life never sucks. What about you, babe? What are your plans? I know I've given you a lot of things that I want to see us do. Do you have anything planned for you personally that where you want to go? Live within your budget. Yeah. She teaching me that. I ain't gonna even lie to you. She teaching me that. I'm planning to figure it out. Oh wow, 3 years ago, I didn't know that. Family, that's all right, nice. Man. Congrats. Hopefully you're enjoying it just like you enjoyed Houston and everything. But what do you have, babe? I mean, you hear me talk about some of the things we planning for 2020. You say you don't have no plans. You just kind of go along with the flow. What about, what you got planned, for tomorrow? I mean, I'm an assistant manager. Okay, yeah, I knew you was in the management department. I figured maybe you had moved up, but that's good, man. Congratulations.
Yes.
That's real good. Congratulations. One day I might have to
visit Louisiana.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Road trip.
Got planned for that road trip. Anyhow, man, again, please share this video with your friends, family, loved ones. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribed to the YouTube channel at Mr. P.I.E.N 77. Follow me on Facebook. Tag me on some of your videos, man. Anything that you found out that may be positive, maybe negative, something you want to express and talk about. I'm about 10 miles away from Louisiana. 10 minutes. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. You got to go check it out. I've never really lived that close to the border town. What I mean by that border town, like where I'm 10 minutes away from one state to the next.
Yeah.
Growing up in Detroit, it was 3 hours to somewhere. Austin, 8 hours. Anywhere you go. Anyway you want to leave Texas, 8 hours. Next to casinos. Oh,
wow.
Man. That's cool. I can come hang out. I don't do no
we don't really do the
casino. I don't do casino. I plan to keep my money in my pocket. I don't trust it like that. But again, Ethan J. Smith at Facebook, Mr. P.I.E.N 77 on YouTube, Mr. P.I.E.N on Instagram. Please share this video, like, subscribe to the channels. If you don't like it, subscribe anyway, man. Tell me what you don't like. Let's talk about it. If you're inspired by it, please be a blessing to someone else and bless them with this video. Share this video, man, because we are next to casinos, because we are Texas. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, man. I've been through some places in Louisiana, but I never planned to go. Only thing I really have planned as far as, different states is, of course, our road trip, 50 states, 6 months to a year. But that's a plan that's further down the line of sudden say long-term goals, long-term plans. Again, man, give yourself some patience. Give yourself an opportunity to blossom and grow. As my wife was telling me, she was talking about Les Brown, something we listened to at Les Brown, and he was talking about the Chinese bamboo tree and how it takes 5 years to grow. And you have to go out there and you have to water this plant every single day. And it doesn't actually sprout out of the ground until 5 years. So you pretty much plan to dedicate 5 years of your life to watering a plant, to not just watering a plant, but nurturing something, giving something life. Oh, that's good. So when you set plans for your life, the plans that you set for your life nurtures someone else. Why? Because someone else is watching what you do with your life. Anyhow, the Chinese bamboo plant takes 5 years to grow. So you have to plan to get up and water that thing every day. And the $1 million question is, did it take 5 years to grow and actually sprout through the ground? Or did it just sprout through the ground in that 5th year? I forgot how it went. How's that? When I was a child, I spoke as a child. No, even though I may not know in part, but I know because I'm in fully known.
I'm not sure what your thought is.
The scripture I'm thinking about. Okay, we thinking about you planning for something to happen. You go out here and you water the tree. Eventually, if you keep watering this tree, in part, if I water it, something gonna come up.
Right.
But it ain't fully known when it's gonna come up, how it's gonna come up. Why am I saying that? When you make a plan, when I made a plan to be remarried to Tim Kedia, to this lady, I knew in part that it was possible. God told me, I got you, follow this course. Cool, got it. When it happened, though, I had no idea until it happened. If that makes sense to you, I planned for it. And I knew in part that it was going to happen, but it wasn't fully known when it was going to come. When you plan for it, you believe in it, it's going to happen. But God don't let you know fully when it's going to happen. And since we don't know when it's going to happen, we get discouraged that, is it going to happen? Did I hear you right, God? Will it happen? Yes, it's going to happen, but you got to happen to stick to your plan. You got to ride your plan all the way out. Or as I like to say, you got to run your race at your own pace. Because when you run your race at your own pace, you'll always come in first place. Make your plan, follow your plan, and God will put people in your life to assist with your plan. They will confirm your plan for you. He will bless you in that way, but you have to have a plan and give him something to work with.
And that's where the commitment and dedication comes in at, because part of that story was you're tending to this plant for 5 years, and for the first 4, you're not seeing any progress.
Okay.
It's just you just going out doing the same routine, but you're not really seeing any progress because it doesn't sprout until year 5. And so sometimes when we don't see progress, we give up. We say it's not working. This must not work. If it's not in 4 or 5 years, it doesn't work. It does.
Years. I'm talking 4 5 hours, right. 4 5 minutes. I need results right now. It's 2020.
Like, this thing
microwave society. Click, ding, success. No. One more time. 30 seconds. Ad. Click, ding, success.
It didn't work. So, and then we upset. We like, oh, they told me to do this and it don't work. Well, you didn't stick with it long enough for it to work. And so,
oh man, that's such a blessing.
There are some things or some goals that you create that you have to do it whether you see the manifestation or not, because you never know. At the moment you quit, you could have been right there, but you quit. So that's where the commitment and dedication comes in. And I think that there's a difference in doing something for a long time and not getting any results. And then there's a difference in I'm sticking with this. I'm committed to see it all the way through to the end.
Committed to see it all the way through to the end and not knowing what it's going to look like. Oh, thanks you, Sutton, man. I'm glad that God put us in each other's lives, because you've been a blessing to me too. God put you in my life 9 years ago. Absolutely, man. I learned a lot being a leader around you guys and learning from you guys, having fun. But thinking about plans and not knowing how it's going to go. And people have heard me talk about this before. When I divorced her, I went back to Michigan. I was married in a last situation. And I knew I was coming back to Texas. I had it planned out. I had it gold. I had it written down. I had it confirmed from the man above. Like, I knew that 2018, I was going to be back in Texas, right? I planned to be divorced December 2017. That was my plan. I kept decreeing it. I kept praying on it. I kept manifesting it. When I got to the court and I got the information that you have to wait a minimum of 6 months. I'm only 4.5 months in at this point. What I planned for looked like it was all about to crumble up in my face and fall apart. She was flying up to drive back with. Well, you was flying up later on in the month to drive back with me. At the end of the month, things like that. I had at the beginning of the month planned to be divorced, got all the way to the court, and the judge told me that I was going to have to wait. My plans were shattered, okay? My plans were shattered, but it was only by the grace of God that they was like, you can wait, but if you're willing to do this next step of paperwork and both parties agree, you can be done right now. My plan still went through, but in that moment, if I would have stopped praising and thanking God, I think my plan would have fell right on my face. Then I could have walked away with my tail between my legs, sad, feeling like, why me? How come this didn't happen? Why it didn't happen? Because you didn't stick to the plan. He says, count it all joy in the good, bad, or ugly. When the plan looks like it's working and the plan looks like it's not working, you must stick with your pick. Stick to the plan and keep putting one foot in front of the other until the plan becomes successful. Because Texas is the greatest country in the world. Yeah, everybody, potato, man. I don't have one particular great country. Yeah, I don't care who don't like it. I don't have one particular great area I want to be in. I'm a man of the people. I love all the people. That's why I say, hey, what's going on, world? I'm not one-dimensional. There's a lot of great countries. America is a great country. I'm grateful to live in this country. I fought for this country, served for this country. I'm going to live in some other countries to check it out, though. I want to do a little bit more relaxed living, traveling, and plan to enjoy life and not just living life to work and wait for New Year's resolutions to set new plans for my life that ain't going nowhere for the last 25, 30 years, man. Plan to live life on your terms. You have that right. God created you to be a masterpiece. You can live life on your terms. You can live life the way you choose to. You get to plan what you do, how you do it, when you do it, and who you do it with. What's going on, Nate? What's going on, Uncle Tony? So you get to make those plans for your life. And again, if your life sucks, it's probably your fault. Or it's just the way that you decide to see your life. Start planning to have a better life. What you believe you can have is what you'll plan for. And if your plans are not lining up with your beliefs, either one, change your plans, or two, change your beliefs. But something has to change if you plan on changing in life. You can do anything you put your mind to. What I need you to do right now, I need you to share this video, because this video is brought to you by Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P.I.E.N, and the people of Mr. P.I.E.N LLC. That would be me and her and the kids. Please share this video to a friend, family member. Like, comment, please subscribe. If you don't like, subscribe anyway. Tell me why you don't like it so we can talk about it and see if we can figure out how to express ourselves, because a person that doesn't plan plans to fail. A person that don't have any patience in his plan will soon set sail and go right by you. As Steve Harvey said, you got to stay on Faith Street. You got to keep believing that your plan will come to fruition. I could do better at living life. I can do better at that living life at work. Hey, man, we all guilty of it. I used to be a confessed workaholic, man. I spent more time at work. These commercials are crazy. Hey, man, as long as they get your attention, that's all that count, man. Worse than Super Bowl. Hey, man, if they even in a conversation with Super Bowl commercials, we doing good right now, baby. It's a positive and every negative. You stuck around for the whole 20 seconds to watch the commercial, so we're doing good. Yeah, man, we all have to watch that. Doing more with work than we do with life. We forget. We actually forget. I think most of us believe that we are designed and created just to work and die. Like, that's not what you designed for. To me, that's not living life. That's not enjoying life. For me, life is getting out and exploring different countries, meeting different people, exploring life, encouraging people to live life on their terms, the best version of their lives, to take responsibility for their lives, good, bad, or indifferent, to not be afraid to live life on your terms. You have that right. I was a confessed workaholic, man. I missed school events, come home tired on birthdays, and it still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough money. And that's why most of us work the hours we do, because we don't plan for the money that we get. So the money that we get is always gone. And then you're going to work chasing a dream or chasing a dollar. And then you wonder why our families begin to fall apart. We're looking at the wrong thing, man. You have to learn how to plan for the life that you say you want. There's going to be difficulties in life at every stage of your life. That's the one thing that you're guaranteed. But if you plan to take your life in a different direction, no matter what stage you encounter, if you continue to work the plan, if you continue to push the plan, if you continue to focus on the plan, you don't have time to see the stress and the worry that's happening in your life. Get yourself a plan for your life and get to where you say you want to go in life. You got to show up if you want to blow up. If you don't want to blow up, don't ever show up for yourself. What you got for him, baby? Tell him something.
I was just thinking, we talked about New Year's resolutions, and that, one of them is finances. People want to get their financial house in order. And
I ain't gonna lie,
I like Dave Ramsey's baby steps. It gives you, I think it's 6 steps on, how to take back control of your finances. So, that may not necessarily work for you. You may not like the steps of Dave Ramsey, but if finances or getting your financial house in order is something that, you desire to do in 2020, you have to come up with the plan, seek out people who have been successful with their finances and see what they're doing. And don't think that you're going to turn everything around in 1 month. Like, take it one bite at a time. Like I tell Ethan all the time, Rome wasn't built in a day. Come up with the plan implement the plan, and then just see it through, and then your finances will turn around. But it takes patience, it takes commitment. But if you desire to get your finances in order, follow people who are doing big things in finances, and start small. You don't have to go out and do a real estate deal if you have no idea how to find a house, flip a house, build a house. Like, don't do that. If
said earlier, don't bite off more.
Don't bite off more than you can chew. Yes. So start small. Save $5 a month, save 10, save something. It's a beginning, it's a start to something different, and it's okay. It may feel like $5 is not nothing, but after a couple months, when it starts to add up and you're like, okay, I'm really doing this thing. It's about progress. So as long as you're progressing forward, then the big payoff will come later. But what you want to do is create new habits, really. And then once you get that set, then things will start to pick up as you learn more.
New habits create a new lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Here's what I want to leave you with as we get ready to close. I know we've talked and we've had fun and we laughed and joked, and all we talked about today was how was your Christmas? For most of us, Christmas was probably the same. You woke up and watched the kids open a bunch of gifts, family members open gifts. Some people complained about what they didn't get. Somebody destroyed toys on the day of. Somebody was mad, sad, or disappointed. Somebody was overjoyed. Christmas was somewhat the same. Your New Year's don't have to be the same. Your new you don't have to be the same. Your life don't have to be the same tomorrow as it is today. Yeah, and I know, I get it. The light switch doesn't just flip and it doesn't turn over like that overnight. It doesn't. It's a process. It takes time. But to make the decision to change, that's like flipping a light switch. Flip the switch, make a plan for your life. Don't flip the switch, make a plan for your life, and decide where you want your life to go. How did I get here? I made a plan. Now my wife then went and got the cat. We pet sitting. If you got a pet, dog, cat, no hamster, no gerbil, no rats, no snakes, no possums, no raccoons, or any of those wild things that you like to have. You got a dog or a cat, please bring your pet over to Mr. P.I.E.N Pet Paw Patrol. Brought to you by Mr. P LLC and good people, me and her, and Zaria, the Mr. P.I.E.N Pet Paw Patrol Care family. Okay. Yeah, T. Brazier, she went to Murray. She was quiet. She was in dance class with Miss Henderson. Yeah, she went to the M-Dub.
We don't own a pet, but we pet sit.
Yes,
that cat is my daughter's cat.
We pet sit. That's Daisy.
Oh, Daisy
acts like my daughter Daisy, but she cool. I usually don't rock with cats because they sneaky. But Mr. P.I.E.N and the friendly people at Mr. P.I.E.N Animal LLC will happily pet sit your pet doing Paw Patrol pet services.
Saying that Paw Patrol LLC.
Anyhow, bringing them all over. 4 dogs and 3 cats. Hey, bring them on over, man. We good.
We spoil them just to let you know.
All we do is share love, man.
We spoil them.
Yeah, Brazier. Yep, she been rocking with my madness and my craziness since Murray Wright, man. She was the first one that really helped me pull her cobwebs out and get it together. Yep. She just looked like she just looked like she good. But anyhow, let me get back to what I was saying. Because I don't want to be on here and people always say you don't get a people, you don't lead a people with anything, or you don't give them a direction. You got to give them a challenge, a change, a push, or something to do. Here's my challenge to you. Here's what I want you to do when we talk about change. We passed Christmas. We talking about change and going into 2020. And what does change look like for you? And what do you want that change to be? I don't know what change looks like for you. I honestly don't know what change looks like for you. I don't know how fast your change will come or how slow your change will happen. What I do know, and I want you to write this down, your change or my change begins when I change. My change begins when I change. See, my change began when I decided to change my mindset of who thought my life was. My change began when I decided to change my mindset and say what I could or could not do, what was capable of me. Or as Confucius say, he who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right. So I change when I begin to say I can. So write this down. My change begins when I decide to change. Write that down. And I want you to read that to yourself daily, morning and night. My change begins when I decide to change. How do I change? That's only a question that you can answer for yourself. But I need you to write that question down. How do I change? Who can help me change? What do I need to change? Change is a process. Change doesn't happen overnight. This is not like you get a flat tire on your bike or your car, you pull over, you jack that thing up, you take the lug wrench out, you take the tire off, you slap on a new one, you roll out. No, 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 no. When we changed and got back together, I was almost put out 2-3 times for our thought process had to change and ask ourselves, what are we doing and what are we working for? What are we working through? My change begins when I start to see me as a change. What do I want to change? How do I want to change? Who can help me get to the change that I want to see in my life? That may be listening to Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P.I.E.N, Inspiration and Motivation. This is brought to you by Mr. P.I.E.N. That may be listening to Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas. That may be reading a book. That may be talking to your significant other. Your change will come when you begin to put that work in process. And as I said before, my 3 points: assess the situation in your life, what you need to change, make a decision how you want to change it, act it out, write it down, write it down. Write it down, whether it be an index card, whether it be scrap paper, whether it be Post-it notes. Begin to write it down and put it up so you can see the change happening before your face. If you don't make a plan to change in your life won't change. And you'll look up 5 years from now in 2025 celebrating or planning for the same New Year's resolutions that you didn't hit in 2015, that you hit in 2020, that you didn't hit in 2021. So please change your mindset, change your thought process, change your outlook on your life, change your beliefs. If your beliefs are having you believe that you are not enough, change your beliefs so you can begin to plan for the things that you believe you can have. And you can have anything you put your mind to. This has been a wonderful, I need help spelling, laugh out loud, I'm 11B. Oh, don't feel cats catch squirrels. Yes, they do catch squirrels. It's not my cat, so we don't let it out the house. Mm-mm. This is a disclaimer. If your cat don't come back, if your dog don't come back after I say, come back. The good people of Mr. P.I.E.N LLC and Pet Paw Productions.
It's not chasing your cat around town.
Sarge Rooks. If your cat dog Rook, sign them up. I'll take them with me. If you run off. No, anyhow, man. As you do those things in life, as you assess the situation, as you ask those questions, as you tell yourself, my change begins when I see the change in me. You know what I said. Rewind the video, play it back. Right. Anyhow, what do I want in change? How do I change? And where do I begin? And if you don't know, just start with something inspirational every day in your life. First 20 minutes when you wake up, first 20 minutes before you go to bed. Read a book, speak positive affirmations. Talk about what you're grateful for, not what you're hateful for, and watch how God blesses your life more. Share this video, like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff we do. I got to keep talking about in 2020 because people say, that's what you got to do. This is how you're supposed to do it. Plan to keep moving forward in your life. Plan to keep inspiring someone. Plan to change your life and be the change you want to see. I got to go. It's been real. Sutton said, I need help spelling
what you told me to write down.
Oh,
we'll put it in the comments.
She said it. She'll put it in the comments. If it ain't in the comments, don't call me. Call the good people of Mr. P.I.E.N LLC Business Edition. But we'll put that down in the comments for you, man. And if it's something that you got on your mind that you may not see us this Saturday, please post it up on my Instagram, my Facebook. I go on there, I checked it. I'll check it regularly. 2020, I'm turning over a whole new leaf. You're going to get tired of me. I'm about to bleed the block, flood the streets, as they said back in the day. Mr. P.I.E.N going crazy all over the place. We got inspiration, motivation, consultation, therapeutic situations to help you get through the pain in your life. This has been brought to you by
another commercial.
Mr. P. Mr. P. LLC. If you don't plan to promote yourself, nobody else will share you. So share this video with the world as you sharing this time with me. It's your boy Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P, and
we're out.
I'm out. Peace. Thanks, sir. Love you, man. Everybody that joined in, thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for tuning in. We out. Bye-bye.
Sorry.